Brian Calamus writes, "Hey gang, you guys are my daily addiction with the podcast version. You guys keep talking about the possible upcoming Marvel films after Ant-Man. You mentioned Doctor Strange or Black Panther, even Miss Marvel or Blade as possible new movies. You never talk about a third Thor or Captain America or a Mark Ruffalo Hulk movie. Aren't they strong possibilities?"
That's a great point. You know, whenever we hear Kevin Feige or anybody from Marvel talking about Phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we are always talking, well, we know that Ant-Man, directed by Edgar Wright, is going to be kicking off Phase 3. We know for a fact that's the first movie in Phase 3. But then, you know, we've always been speculating about Doctor Strange, Black Panther, maybe Miss Marvel, maybe Luke Cage. I mean, and there's a lot of different other characters that are possibilities. But you're right. In those discussions, we never get around to talking about, well, what about Thor? You know, what about Captain America? What about another Iron Man? Although it doesn't look like we're going to get another Iron Man before Avengers 3. The way I think they're approaching it is this, is that it's not really uncommon to have a movie and then a sequel 3 years later, right? So let's say Thor is in Avengers 2, which we know he will be. Then it's not unusual to then next see Thor in 3 years in Avengers 3. And it's really not a big deal to not have another Thor standalone film in that gap, because we know he's coming back in Avengers 3. Same thing can be said for Captain America and any other potential roster members they have of the Avengers at that time. So I don't really think they need to do it. And the thing is this, is that Marvel has been hearing the cries of the fans that, you know, Marvel has this amazing roster of characters that they haven't even touched on yet, that a lot of people are crying out for. In particular, a Doctor Strange or Black Panther, things like that people want to see in these movies. Phase 3, look, now they've had Phase 1, they've had Phase 2, they've had a chance to establish their bigger name, more popular characters. Now is the time in between Avengers 2 and Avengers 3, now is that time to roll the dice a little bit with some lesser known, as far as the general public goes, some lesser known characters and get them on the big screen. So I really doubt that we're going to see Thor 3 in Phase 3. I don't doubt we're going to see Thor 3 eventually, right, but I don't think we're going to see him in Phase 3. I don't think we're going to see a Captain America 3 in Phase 3. We're all fairly certain we're not going to see an Iron Man 4 in Phase 3. I think it's going to be all new characters in Phase 3, and then we'll get to see those recognizable faces once again once we hit Avengers 3.
All right.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.